Hi everyone, today is March 4th, which means that I am 29 weeks and 3 days. So that means I only have 10 and a half weeks left. Woo! I'm almost at 30. Anyway, so Friday, when I turned 29 weeks, I had a gestational diabetes test, the 3-hour test, which I was really nervous about. And it really wasn't as bad as I expected. So what they have you do is I had to fast. You have to fast at least 12 hours before. So she told me after dinner, no eating. My appointment was for 8:30, so technically I didn't have to fast until 8:30, but I just ate dinner and didn't eat anything after that. I could have water, but that was it. She said she didn't even want me brushing my teeth, which I did. I made sure I didn't swallow anything and whatever. So, yeah, so I fasted from about 7-ish, maybe 7:30, until, because I made sure we had a late dinner, until I got there at 8:15 to check in. Excuse me, because they would like to take your blood at fasting. So they did that. And they had to check it to make sure it was safe to give me the drink. The normal one they give you for gestational diabetes is 50 milligrams of the glucose, and the one they gave me this time was 100. And my choice between the drinks were lemon lime or orange, and I've done both of them before. This time I did lemon lime. I did lemon lime for my 1-hour test, and it wasn't that bad, the drink. I mean, it was gross and it made me feel nauseous. It didn't taste very good, but I also think it was probably better than the orange soda, or the orange one would have tasted. So I decided to go with that again for the 3-hour test, and oh my gosh, they don't put it in the fridge for you, so it's warm, but she said she could put it over ice, and so I had her do that. And I watched her pour the glucola in it, and like, if you know what it looks like to look at oil in water, that's what it looked like. Like, it was just, it was so sugary. It was just, and I took a drink and I was just like, oh my gosh. I tried to down it, and I had to keep stirring the ice to make it cold, and it was really gross. So anyway, so they took my blood. They gave me 5 minutes to drink the glucola, which, if you have a choice of lemon lime, honestly, I think that would be your best bet. I know that I've heard that the punch, which I've never gotten that choice, the tropical punch, that one ends up tasting like Robitussin, and it just tastes disgusting. And I've also heard, I know that the orange one, the 1-hour orange one, was bad. So I couldn't imagine if you're doing the 3-hour to do the 3-hour orange one, that would just be, ugh. So I would honestly suggest trying to do the lemon lime if you have that choice. I haven't heard a lot of people have that choice, but I did. I'm happy, because, especially because, like, lemon lime's kind of good on your stomach. Like, if you don't feel good and you drink Sprite or something, that was kind of my theory behind it. So, yeah. So I took the drink, and I had to go sit in the waiting room. So I was done at 8:35. So my blood draws were for 9:35, 10:35, and 11:35. So in between, you have to have as little activity as possible, and they don't want you leaving, or at least me, they didn't want me leaving the hospital. So I had to sit in the waiting room. I read a book. I played on my husband's tablet, that 4 pictures, 1 word game. And I got on Facebook and YouTube. Only a little bit of YouTube because I didn't want to have the earbuds in my ear the whole time. So anyway, that's what I did. And I went in and got my blood drawn 4 times. So I looked like I had holes all over my arms, and they were a little bit sore afterward. I've heard of other women saying that they were really sore, they couldn't move their arms. I mean, it was irritating, but the next day it was fine. So anyway, but the first hour for me was probably the worst. I drank that Glucola. I went back out into the waiting room, and I sat there, and I'm trying to distract myself, and I've got the tablet, and I have it sitting on my stomach, and the baby is just tossing and turning, and I mean, just went crazy. And I was just like, at first I'm like, what's going on? I was like, oh yeah, I haven't eaten anything in 13 hours, and now I have this incredibly large amount of sugar that the baby just got, and is and I actually said something to the phlebotomist about it, and she said that was normal. So she said, yeah, the babies will do they'll do somersaults and all that. So anyway, it was just really interesting. I've never felt the baby be so active. I mean, the baby's active, but I had to like sit there and like just stretch my stomach out because it was just crazy. So anyway, but I was also feeling sick. I didn't get to the point where I was about to throw up like a lot of women. I had heartburn from it, and that wasn't fun. I was burping it up, and that wasn't fun. And I just felt sick. Hi. And so it just wasn't fun. But then after that first hour, I started feeling a little bit better. I started getting shaky and weak, and tired. I was really tired. Okay, go get some water. Go get some water. And then go get some water in your cup. So I was really, just like really weak, and I'd brought a snack for myself for afterwards. So when I was finally done, I went out and sat in my car and ate a little bit, and I was tired, and I went home and I had myself a nice big lunch, big for me, and I thought it would have made me feel better, and it kind of did a little bit at first, and then it was just like knocked me out. I was knocked down. Like, I did not want to nap because I had my kids. They weren't at the hospital with me. I had my father-in-law watching them. But when I came home, I was like, I'll lay on my bed, and the kids can play, or I can turn on some cartoons for a while. You know, I can't be up and do anything. I'm just so drained. So I laid in here, I ate my lunch, and I fell asleep. And I was not happy that I fell asleep. I mean, nothing happened. You know, my kids are responsible. They're more responsible than a lot of kids because of my son's food allergies. So I've had to teach them to be very responsible. So yeah, they just pretty much watched a movie, and I slept for probably a half hour. Very long. So yeah, that's what happened. And after that, I woke up and I was like, oh my gosh, I feel so much better. And then I got up and I'm like, I really don't. I was still like at 50%. I mean, I felt better from where I was, but I still didn't feel all the way better until the next day after I'd gotten a full night's sleep. And I lounged in bed for a while after I woke up too. I went and got the kids breakfast, and then I came back in bed and just lounged in bed. And then eventually felt back to normal. And it really knocked me down, really made me tired, really made me weak, which I didn't really expect. So, especially after I took that half-hour nap. But anyway, that's how that test went. I would suggest if anybody's taking that test too, for sure take some snacks for afterward. I cannot eat cheese, and I cannot eat nuts. But if you can, I would suggest like almonds and cheese or something, or like not an energy bar, but like a nut bar maybe. with protein, a protein bar, something like that. I had multigrain chips and graham crackers. So that's what I had. And then I went and had lunch. But anyway, so what's new this week is that the baby is just now, today or yesterday actually, being able to hook up into my ribs, or like right below it. Yeah. Today I was driving, and I was sitting there, I'm like, ow, that hurts, because the baby was just poking up into it, and I was like, wow, you know, I noticed that yesterday, and I said something to my husband about it too, or maybe, I don't know if it was yesterday or this morning, but I noticed it, and I was like, wow, like, it was the first time I'd ever noticed that it was getting that big. So, and the baby's very active lately. It's so fun. It's fun to be able to lay down, wake up in the middle of the night and feel the baby kicking. The baby's also gotten a lot of hiccups lately, like at least 6 times a day for the past like 4 days. Been having hiccups all the time. Like, I wake up in the morning, baby's got hiccups. Wake up in the middle of the night, baby's got hiccups. Every few hours, I'm walking around, oh, baby's got hiccups. But it's so cute. I love it. I also think it's really cute when, like, I kind of push on my belly and the baby pushes back. Or this morning, I was laying on my side and the baby was pushing some part of the body out, and I'm feeling it. I'm like, God, I wonder what that is. I wonder if that's their tushy or a knee or the head. I don't know if I don't think the baby's head down yet. Just because you can feel that down low, and I felt for it and I didn't feel it. But anyway, Wednesday I go in for a 3D ultrasound. Yay! It was a little frustrating because the only times that they schedule 3D ultrasounds are Wednesdays and Thursdays between 10:30 and 11:30. So, and it has to be between 27 and 30 weeks. And I'll be 30 weeks on Friday, and this was as soon as they could get me in. And I made this appointment, I think, over 2 weeks ago. I made this appointment right after my last appointment, which was the last Friday of February. And we're coming up on the second Friday of February. So, of March. So, yeah. That was a little frustrating. But, you know, my husband got it to work, which I kind of was thinking it wasn't going to work for him, but he got it to work. So, that's nice that we get to do that. We also can't reschedule if I'm sick or we're late by 2 minutes. We don't get it, and we don't get a reschedule. I can't call them and reschedule, nothing. So, I think that's just because our OBGYN office, in a little bit, our OBGYN office provides it complimentary, so I think that's why. But I am just happy. I never had a 3D ultrasound with my 2 others, and so I'm really, really excited. And I'll probably be posting. I don't know if I'll be able to wait until 30 weeks to post, or maybe I'll, like, on Friday, because my 3D ultrasound's on Thursday, and on Friday I turn 30 weeks. Maybe I'll post on Friday instead of waiting till Monday like I usually do. I will share my orange with you in a minute, okay? Oh yeah, so the whole reason I was telling you about the glucose test is I just got off the phone with the doctor, and they said that I passed. Woo! I did not think I was going to pass, honestly, with the way I've been feeling. You know, I eat sugar and I fall asleep. Maybe, I guess it's just my fatigue coming back, and I'm thinking of it as gestational diabetes. Either way, I am so incredibly happy. I've still cut out a lot of sugars. I've started eating quite healthy. I bought multigrain things. I switched from white to wheat. I don't eat crackers. I try not to eat breads, unless it's wheat, sometimes. pasta last night we made was wheat instead of the regular pasta. And we're just doing more stuff like that. I just want to be more healthy.
I love you.
I love you too. And so, yeah, that's just, now I can go back to eating my oranges. I pulled one, I was like, you know what, I'm going to wait and I'm going to call and see if I have gestational diabetes. Anyway, so this has been 15 minutes, and I covered everything I want to cover anyway, so I will let you all go, and good luck to all of you. All right, bye!